Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Al Munir High School e-learning system, class 10. This is your physics lecture. Unit number is 12, part 2. This is your physics book title page for class 10. We were discussing about the unit number 12. Today our topic is applications of total internal reflection. What are the applications of total internal reflection? Totally internal reflecting prism is the first application of total internal reflection. Many optical instruments use right angle prisms to reflect a beam of light through 90 degrees or 180 degrees by total internal reflection, such as cameras, binoculars, periscope and telescopes. All these are the examples of those optical instruments that use right angle prisms to reflect the beam of light through 90 degrees or 180 degrees. One of the angles of the right angle prism is 90 degree. When a ray of light strikes a face of prism perpendicularly, it enters the prism without deviation and strikes the hypotenuse of an angle of 45 degrees. Since the angle of incidence 45 degrees is greater than the critical angle of the glass, which is 42 degree, the light is totally reflected by the prism through an angle of 90 degrees. Two such prisms are used in periscope. The light is totally reflected by the prism by an angle of 180 degree. Two such prisms are used in binoculars. So look at this figure 12.10. Here it is showing the total internally reflecting prism. Look at these rays A and B. When a ray of light strikes a face of prism perpendicularly, since the angle of incidence 45 degrees is greater than critical angle of glass, which is 42 degrees, the light is totally reflected by the prism through an angle of 90 degrees. Two such prisms are used in periscope. Next application is optical fiber. It is a modern invention. Total internal reflection is used in fiber optics, which has a number of advantages in telecommunication field. Fiber optics consist of hair size thread of glass. जो optical fiber है वो consist करता है बिल्कुल बाल के बराबर hair size thread of glass और प्लास्टिक थ्रू विच लाइट कैन बी ट्रेवल, और लाइट उस हेयर साइज थ्रेड पे जो ग्लास या प्लास्टिक है उसमें से ट्रेवल करती है. द इनर पार्ट ऑफ द फाइबर ऑप्टिक इज कॉल्ड कोर. इसलिए हम इनर पार्ट जो है फाइबर ऑप्टिक का उसको कोर कहते हैं. दैट कैरीज लाइट, जिसके अंदर लाइट पास होती है. एंड एन आउटर कंसेंट्रिक शेल इज कॉल्ड द क्लेडिंग. द कोर इज मेड फ्रॉम ग्लास और प्लास्टिक ऑफ रिलेटिवली हाई इंडेक्स ऑफ रिफ्रैक्शन. जो कोर है, जो इनर पार्ट है ऑप्टिकल फाइबर का, ग्लास या प्लास्टिक का बना हुआ होता है जो रिलेटिवली हाई इंडेक्स ऑफ रिफ्रैक्शन है. द क्लेडिंग इज मेड ऑफ ग्लास और प्लास्टिक बट ऑफ रिलेटिवली लो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स. सो लाइट एंटरिंग फ्रॉम वन एंड ऑफ द कोर स्ट्राइक्स द कोर क्लेडिंग बाउंड्री एट एन एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस greater than critical angle and is reflected back into the core. In this way, light travels many kilometers with a small loss of energy. So in Pakistan, optical fiber is being used in the telephone and advanced telecommunication systems. Now we can listen thousands of phone calls without any disturbance. So it is the passage of light through optical fiber. It is showing the refraction. It travels with the speed of light. Next is application is light pipe. Light pipe is a bundle of thousands of optical fibers bonded together. जब हम हजारों optical fibers को hair like thread like structures को bundle में form कर लेते हैं, we call it light pipe. They are used to illuminate the inaccessible places by the doctors or engineers. For example, doctors view inside the human body. They can also be used to transmit images from one place to another. So it is used in medical sciences also. Next we have the medical instrument we call endoscope. An endoscope is a medical instrument used for exploratory, diagnostics और surgical purposes. Endoscopy आप लोगों ने अक्सर नेम सुना होगा. Endoscopy is basically done by the endoscope, which is a medical instrument. इसको किसी भी डिजीज को डायग्नोस करने के लिए, कोई सर्जिकल पर्पसेस के लिए भी यूज किया जा सकता है. एंड एंडोस्कोप इज यूज्ड टू एक्सप्लोर द इंटीरियर ऑर्गन्स ऑफ द बॉडी. एंडोस्कोपी के जरिए, एंडोस्कोप के जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है उसके जरिए हम इंटरनल ऑर्गन्स को स्टडी करते हैं, देखते हैं, गेस करते हैं वेयर द डिफेक्ट इज. ड्यू टू इट्स स्मॉल साइज इट कैन बी इंसर्टेड थ्रू द माउथ. एंडोस्कोप बहुत स्मॉल साइज का इंस्ट्रूमेंट होता है और इसको इजीली माउथ के जरिए इंसर्ट किया जा सकता है. एंड दिस एलिमिनेट्स द इन्वेसिव सर्जरी. और जो है उसको किसी भी सर्जरी में भी यूज किया जा सकता है. द एंडोस्कोप यूज टू एग्जामिन द स्टमक, ब्लैडर एंड थ्रोट आर कॉल्ड द गैस्ट्रोस्कोप, साइटोस्कोप एंड ब्रोंकोस्कोप रिस्पेक्टिवली. जब भी हम इसको स्टमक, ब्लैडर या थ्रोट के लिए यूज करते हैं, दे हैव डिफरेंट नेम्स. An endoscope uses two fiber optic tubes through a pipe. Endoscope में दो fiber optic tubes होती हैं एक पाइप के अंदर. A medical procedure using any type of endoscope is called endoscopy. The light shines on the organ of the patient to be examined by entering through one of the fiber tubes of the endoscope. Then light is transmitted back to the physician viewing lens through the other fiber tube by total internal reflection. Flexible endoscopes have a tiny camera attached to the end. Doctors can see the view recorded by the camera on the computer screen. So in this way, this technology is useful in medical sciences. Next we have refraction through prism. We know about the prism. Prism is a transparent object made up of optical glass with at least two polished plane surfaces inclined together. This triangle type of device we call it prism. It has at least two polished plane faces inclined towards each other from which light is reflected. So here light can reflect. In case of triangular prism, the emergent ray is not parallel to the incident ray. इसमें emergent ray parallel नहीं होती इंसिडेंट रे के. इट इज डेविएटेड बाय द प्रिज्म फ्रॉम इट्स ओरिजिनल पाथ. द इंसिडेंट रे PE, this PE is showing the incident ray which is entering into the prism makes an angle of incidence I. Here it will make the angle of incidence I at point E. Look at this picture. And is refracted towards the normal N. So here we have the normal N. The reflected ray EF makes an angle R. So here it is refracted. So here it will make the angle of refraction inside the prism and travels to the other face of the prism. This way emerges out from the prism at point F. Here we have the point F from where the rays emerge out making an angle of E. So here we have the angle E. Hence the emerging ray Fs is not parallel to the incident ray PE but is deviated by angle D which is called angle of deviation. Next we have the lenses. We have different types of lenses. Yes, a lens is any transparent material having two surfaces. कोई भी ऐसा transparent material जिसके दो surfaces हो, we call it lens. Which at least one is curved, जिसका एक पार्ट जो एटलीस्ट वो कर्व हो और दूसरा प्लेन हो. लेंस रिफ्लेक्ट लाइट इन सच अ वे दैट एन इमेज ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट इज फॉर्म. लेंस इस तरह से रिफ्लेक्ट करता है लाइट को कि किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट का इमेज फॉर्म हो सकता है. लेंसेज आर ऑफ मेनी डिफरेंट टाइप्स, आर यूज्ड इन ऑप्टिकल डिवाइसेस, कैमरा, आई ग्लासेस, माइक्रोस्कोप, टेलीस्कोप्स. They also enable millions of people to see clearly and read comfortably. Here we have the two types of lenses, convex or converging lens, and also we have concave or diverging lens. The lens which causes incident parallel rays to converge at point is known as convex or converging lens. This lens is thicker in the center. ये इस तरह जो convex lens होता है वो दरमियान से thick होता है लेकिन उसके edges thin होते हैं. Look at this. Another type of lens causes the parallel rays of light to diverge from a point. This is called the concave or diverging lens. This lens is thin at the center. ये दरमियान से thin होता है और उसके edges thick होते हैं. Lens terminology. Here we have the principal axis of a lenses. Each of the two surfaces of the spherical lens is a section of a sphere. The line passing through the two centers of curvatures, वो line जो दो center of curvatures से pass हो रही है lens के, we call it principal axis. Optical center, a point of the optical axis, वो point optical axis में जो center of the lens को show कर रहा है, we call it optical center. So here students, we have the convex lens. Look at this convex lens. Here we have this convex is thicker from the center, thinner edges on the both sides. Here we have the optical center C. Here we have the principal focus. Light coming in all directions, passes through the lens and makes a image. So principal focus, the light rays traveling parallel to the principal focus of a convex lens after refraction meet at a point on the principal axis, and that point is called the principal focus or focal point. Light rays traveling parallel to the principal axis of a convex lens and after refraction meet at the same point. Here we have the same point. We call it F. Hence convex lens is also called the converging lens. For a concave lens, the parallel rays appear to come from a point behind the lens. We call it principal focus. Look at this. This is the picture of concave lens. It is different from the convex lens. This is thinner from the middle and edges are not thin, they are white. So in case of concave lens, here we have the concave lens. The parallel rays appear to come from point behind the lens. So here it will make the principal focus. It seems like that it comes from the behind the lens. It is called the principal focus. Focal length, this is the distance between the optical center and the principal focus. Next we have some activity. Place a convex lens in front of a white screen and adjust its position until a sharp image of the distance object is obtained on the screen. For example, we can do this experiment before an open window to get the image of the window on a wall or screen. Measure the distance between the lens and the screen. This is approximate focal length of the lens. So what will be the nature of the image? Here we have the complete experiment. Here we have the open window. Here we have the convex lens. The image is formed on the wall or screen. So this figure 12.22 is showing the approximate method of finding focal length of a convex lens. Power of a lens. What is power of a lens? Power of a lens is defined as the reciprocal of its focal length. So it is power of lens is equal to P is equal to 1 over focal length in meters. So it is called the reciprocal of its focal length. The SI unit of power of lens is diopter, denoted by the symbol D. Diopter is denoted by symbol D if F is expressed in meters, so that 1 D is equal to 1 meter. Thus 1 diopter is the power of a lens whose focal length is 1 meter. Because the focal length of a convex lens is positive, therefore its power is also positive, whereas the power of the concave lens is negative, for it has negative focal length. So it is vice versa. Image formation by lenses. Now we have different images. Yes, these images are showing the images formed by the lenses. Look at this convex lens image. Here we have the object. Here we have the real image. Here we have the point F. So after passing through the lens, it will form the real image. Next, we have the concave lens. Here we have the object, and here after passing through, after refracting the light, The image is formed after passing through the concave lens. It is called the virtual image. So concave lens always shows the virtual image. Here we have the point F. Image formation in convex lenses. Now we have the convex lenses. In class 8 we have learned image of formation by lenses. Let us briefly revise image formation by convex lens. So object beyond 2f, if object is placed beyond 2f, here we have the 2f point. The image is between f and 2f, real, inverted and smaller than the object. Next, if the object is at 2f, अगर object हम 2f के ऊपर रख दें, beyond ना हो, the image is at 2f, the real image will be real, inverted and same size as the object. And if we place the object between, the image is beyond 2f, between 2f and f, the image will be real, inverted and larger than the object. Next, part D, if object is at point F, so no image is formed because the reflected ray are parallel and never meet. And if we place the object between lens and F और लेंस के दरमियान में रख देंगे, the image is behind the object. तो आपको इमेज जो नजर आएगा वो behind the object होगा, virtual होगा, erect, larger than the object होगा. Image location by lens equation. In figure 12.26, let an object OP. So this is our object O and P is placed in front of the convex mirror. Here we have the convex mirror at the distance P. A ray P are parallel to the principal axis. So here we have the ray P and R parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through the focus F. So here we have the focus F. Another ray PC. Look at another ray. PC meets the first ray at point P. So here we have the point P. So here we have the Fs. So another ray PC meets the first ray at point P after passing through the optical center C. If this process is repeated for the other points of the object, a real and inverted image OP. So here we have the real and inverted image OP is formed at a distance of Q from the lens. So it is the image location by lens equation. What is the size of the image formed in a lens for a particular distance of object from the lens? What is the nature of image? Whether image is real or imaginary? The relationship between the object and image distance from the lens in terms of the focal length of the lens is called the lens formula. And yes, this is our lens formula, which is the same formula as we have discussed and studied earlier. Sign conventions for lenses. Focal length. If the focal length is positive, then it will form converging lens for a converging lens. F is positive for a converging lens. F is negative for a diverging lens. So value of F will be positive for the converging lens and it is negative for diverging lens. Distant object is positive if the object is towards the left side of the lens. It is called real object. P is negative if the object is on the right side of the lens. It is called the virtual object. Image distance Q is positive for a real image made on the right side of the lens by a real object. Q is negative for a real image made on the left side on the lens by a real object. Now this, with the help of this example, we will put the values. A person is 1.7 meter tall, standing 2.5 meter in front of a camera. The camera uses a convex lens whose focal length is 0.05. Find the image distance. So by putting the values, we have the values of P, which is 2.5 meter, and F which is 0.05. So here we have the formula. By putting the values in the formula, we will get the value of Q, which is 0.05 meter. Example 12.6. A concave lens has a focal length. Focal length is given, which is 15 centimeter. At what distance should the object from the lens we placed so that it forms an image at 10 centimeter from the lens. So here Q, the value Q is minus 10, F is 15, we have to find minus 15, we have to find out the value of P by putting the values in this equation. By calculating it, we will get the value of P. Thus the object distance is 30 centimeter on the left side from the concave lens. Magnification of the lens is M is equal to Q over P. By putting the values, we will get 1 over 3. So ignore negative sign. The image is reduced to 1/3 in size than the object. So students, this is all for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.